Mary Shelley, what movies were inspired by the Frankenstein writer? Mary Shelley is known as the mother of monsters, the author of the seminal horror novel Frankenstein. Her life is coming to cinemas in a brand new biopic celebrating the woman behind the words, and the countless Frankenstein adaptations made in the wake of her novel. But what other films were inspired by Mary Shelley? Iterations of Mary Shelley's original monster crop up in many ways. From comedy takes to superhero flicks, Mary Shelley's themes in Frankenstein appear in more than just remakes of the original 1931 film featuring Boris Karloff as Frankenstein's monster. What movies were inspired by Mary Shelley's Frankenstein? The Curse of Frankenstein, 1954. Featuring Hammer horror favorites Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, the 1954 novel adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein has the perfect mix of camp and exquisite acting. Young Frankenstein, 1974. Pure comedy, the Mel Brooks slapstick black and white movie imagines hilarity where there was none. Also starring Gene Wilder and Peter Boyle, Young Frankenstein takes the monster and makes him human through humor. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, 1975. Frankenfurter, Tim Curry, pays homage to his namesake Frankenstein not only with a similar, if funnier, name, but also in intent. Sort of. Tim Curry in drag creates the ultimate boy toy hunk, Rocky, and finally, the monster has a name. Susan Sarandon also appears, seduced into the alien weirdness by the blonde hunk who looks way better than Mary Shelley's original monster ever did. Edward Scissorhands, 1990. Ripping almost directly from Mary Shelley's novel, Edward Scissorhands is about a man-made man, though his creator dies before he can give Edward proper hands. Edward is a more misunderstood monster than Frankenstein's monster was, but still represents the horror that can happen when men try to play God. Ex Machina, 2014. While Ex Machina doesn't attempt to make men out of men, the essential thread of Mary Shelley's novel is there. Visionary inventor Nathan, Oscar Isaac, creates artificial intelligence so human-like it's almost impossible to tell if they're sentient or not. Dark Universe, 2017. Starting with The Mummy, Universal Studios is on its way to building an MCU-like franchise of all the horror classics including, of course, Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. They are, and chaos ensues when unsuspecting Caleb Smith, Domhnall Gleeson, arrives on the scene to see if the robot, Ava, Alicia Vikander, can convince him of her thought and consciousness. Ava may be closer to Frankenstein's monster than you'd, though whether she's acting out of survival or murderous rage is still up for debate. Countless other movies feature resurrection a la Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, from the use of lightning, Age of Ultron, to mix-match of body parts, American Horror Story, Coven. Mary Shelley, the mother of all monsters, is finally getting her own moment in the spotlight. Mary Shelley is in UK cinemas Wednesday, July 6, 2018.